Why hello there, metallurgists, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Sengoku Dynasty, Episode 6, Bronze Age. So maybe I'll try to collect stones in the direction of the POI. Oh, hi, Hog. Should not have used all my stamina on those, like, giant attacks that hit nothing. Got fangs, fur, fat, and meat. Oh, now that it's summer, the wineberry bushes are actually, harvestable. In the spring, they were unripe, but now they're ripe. So I can also, if I want to eat, I can just pick wineberries. Easy way to forage for your food. It's not hard to feed yourself in this game. It's not even particularly difficult to feed an entire village. You just need to put some thought into what meals you want to make and what prerequisites for said meals. So this is a cave over here, which would probably have iron in it, but I do not have a tool that can mine iron, so... And then also sometimes caves will just have, like, bears around it. And bears ain't no joke. They're pretty vicious. I needed, how many stones? 5? For the building? If anyone remembers. I've already forgotten. Oh, tea bushes. So, we can start farming tea. Actually, I should be using my comma. Oh no, I have to pick it by hand. If you're wondering, the way to turn collected goods into things that you can farm is making seed bags. And you make seed bags on a tailor. So, my dynasty level's not high enough to build a tailor. Tailoring is over here at level 8. But that's what you would need. Okay, I have enough stone now. Before I finish this, let's rotate it into position. If you hit Y, you can rotate it at like 15-degree intervals or something like that. Whatever it is, I don't exactly know. So that you angle it. Oh, I want it back a little further. And then, without doing that, you rotate it just more naturally. There we go. Seven more stone. Look at this orgy bedding. Stacked in like sardines in a tin can, right? I mean, it's up to me to move them around. Like, I could space it out so it's a little bit more reasonable. But, you know, what's the fun in that? As I literally do it. Well, we have a lot more space for refugees now. And one of the challenges as you grow is you can't just keep doing the same old thing that you were doing, because as your population increases, there will be additional demands for services for your town, and to fulfill those additional demands, you will require more workforce. So if you're not continually supplying the goods for your people more efficiently, you end up not having enough labor pool for the new thing required. It's not difficult, but it does require you to just, like, you can't just add more people picking mushrooms and more people picking mushrooms, because at some point it's just not sufficient to support a larger population, so that you'll have to pivot supporting your population doing things smarter, not harder. Which is, I honestly really like. You know? You shouldn't just be an expansive village of mushroom pickers. That doesn't make sense. Like, you need to start farming and cooking. no one would move to a village where it's like, oh, welcome to the village. Everyone in this village picks mushrooms. Enjoy. You're like, wait, what? How is this an economy? How does this scale? It doesn't. And you'd be right to say it doesn't. That's enough stone for now. This house took me longer than I thought it would. There we go. 400 experience. Can villagers cook and craft? Yes. I already have villagers crafting, and you unlock cooking at tier 6. Or 9, sorry. Put the hearth in the bag. And add the last bed. So this type of house, the large houses can support 6 beds. And as promised, I'm packing them in. Let's give it a little bit more privacy though. Ooh, I see. I'm gonna have the door open. Yeah, like that. There we go. Slightly more privacy. With that said, the original houses that are built got no such benefit. Maybe I can fix that. Oh, interesting. This is actually simple door right and simple door left. It's just not, like, closed. Oh, because everyone's standing there like morons. I think it's a pathing issue. Everyone out of the house. Get to work. Stop standing around like I Am Legend zombies. Start working. Freaky. But this small house is just like too simple to have nicer entryways. They're hiding from the work? Yeah, I caught them. The foreman's coming. Everyone, look busy. That's why the doors weren't closed, because they were literally propping it open. Hey, you! I hope you didn't see them being lazy. So, Osago, you live with us now. One of us. One of us. You live in the big house. And as for your work, you will work at the... You will work at a farm. So I think what I'm going to do here is talk to, what's his name? Tashishi or whatever, and then buy a rice bag. I'm going to go back to Sosoji and talk to the dude where we helped out his sister. And then I want to go buy a bag of rice so we can start rice farming. Didn't I need a miner? I'll get one eventually. So Yuri is so happy about the rebuilt bridge. She told me already. I never thought I would see it standing again. Everyone's thankful for your efforts. Actually, the community would like to offer you a token of gratitude, a clean set of clothing. It's unseemly for the village leader to walk around in rags, no offense. None taken. But before you go, there's one more thing. Tormented places like this draw dangerous things, sometimes deadly. Do you mean someone wants to attack us? Is it bandits? There are worse things in this world. You see, there's a strange yokai living nearby, a female demon with a furious red face. No one knows what she's up to. Nothing good, that's for sure. You can sometimes spot her if you follow the path out of the village along the river. What should I do about her? How should I know? You can go ask the warrior I pissed off. He's the one that saw her first. I don't really want to talk to the warrior I pissed off, but I will put on the better clothing. I look so proper now. This is not a particularly terrible spot to settle. It just won't get you bronze early game. With that said, you guys didn't vote for me to push for bronze, so I didn't actually benefit from this spot I picked. Do you have new stuff? Yes, she has new money. Good. Give me your money. Here's the bounties. You have millet? I'll buy some millet. You have ginger? Hell yeah. You have garlic? Of course. And you also have a rice seed bag. Yoink! And a soy seed bag. Yoink! I have bankrupted you. Just about. That's exactly what I wanted. So with this rice and soy seed bag, I can start growing rice and soy. And the rice is just a really... Oh, yeah, here's our finished bridge. So the temporary worksite is gone, and the bridge is now here that we built. Or rather, Sayuri built, but I did supply it with materials and set up the worksite. Are you refugees or not? And if you're not, I'ma kill you. You're a refugee. Hello, what's your story? I don't really care, but you live with us now. If you're wondering, like, their backstories, they don't really amount to anything. So you can read them, but they're kind of all the same. And we did just hit a new... Oh! Yes, so we hit a new, the Dynasty level 7, and we can ask the abbot for permission to settle another village. So you don't just settle one village, you can settle multiple villages depending on your dynasty level, as the game just alluded to. But we're dynasty level 7 now, and that also, I believe, unlocked the guard tower. So it's a service building for guards, and it unlocked, not the tailor yet. That's at 8. All right, back to the original quest. What do we need to supply now? Nothing. It's next population tier that requires maintenance. All right, that's good. If you're not ready to supply a new thing, you can just hold off on raising your population to that point. Maintenance is really not too hard to supply. All you need is a mining hut, and a miner getting stone, and a stone cutter producing chiseled stone. Very, very doable for me to supply that stuff, but I would need to build a hut first. Because supplying everything manually sucks. Like, don't do it that way. Your villagers should be doing it. So here's a field full of grass. Also, there should be some parsley in this field too. My comma's almost broken, so I don't want to start just whacking away at the grass, because my comma will shatter. Oh, here's parsley. Speaking of which. And tin. So tin and copper equals bronze. If that wasn't already obvious. So I'll get a little tin to make my first batch of bronze once I'm back in town. Are you a demon? Are you an Onibaba?
私が鬼ババかって。 お面が効いたってことだね。何、ちょっと楽しませてやろうとしただけさ。こんな恐ろしい時代に鬼ババなんてのは窮地の友のようなもの。はたまた勝手知ったる宿敵か。それに面をかぶっていると安心するのさ。ここの人々は多くの苦しみに耐え抜いてきた。そして他人を警戒するようになっちまった。けどあんたはみんなの信頼を勝ち取ったようだね。ここへはどうして？ふるさとが恋しいかい。あんたならここで新しい暮らしが築けるさ。明日寺に行って新しい村を作る許可を求めてくるんだ。あそこの櫓に登って眺めれば遠くに見えるだろう。なかなかの景色だよ。ちょっとした儀式でもしておこう。あんたのふるさとに住む魂とご先祖様へ敬意を払おうじゃないか。ほら、これを持ってゆっくりと吸うんだ。そう、それでいい。育ててくれた人の手を思い浮かべてごらん。村を離れた痛みを。
Chat.
それから心を無にするんだ。
Don't accept drugs from a random woman wearing a demon mask in the forest. It's like not smart. But yeah, we survived it. And she gave us a little mask. Let's put it on. Oh, yes, we look great. So she wants us to go to the Watchtower to find the abbot who would grant us permission to build additional villages. So the purpose of additional villages, if you're wondering, is the strategic resources in each region, the villager resources, you need a village in that region to acquire that resource. So for instance, if we wanted to have an income of bamboo, we would need to settle a region with bamboo, like the mountain region, and to build a village there, and then at least a woodcutter. If you're wondering, the dynasty storage supplies everything equally. So your woodcutter in that new village would need access to dynasty wood storage and probably dynasty tool storage, but they would not need their own food production because they would be fed by your main village. Hey, look, there's a bunch of like gankers on the road. Bunch of deserters. These are higher level enemies with like decent gear. And they're beating me up. Luckily, I can heal and outrun them. Oh, or not. Stop it! You're hurting me. Oh, they just destroyed my poise. So that's what that stun was. I'm just gonna leave them alone. I don't actually need to kill them for this quest. I just need to go up to the Watchtower, and they'll turn around. And if they don't, then I'll just snipe them. Look at you, keep coming. You know, you're a little slow for a dude wearing no hat. Oh, I don't have arrows left. Never mind. Go away. Go away. You're gonna follow me up here, aren't you? You know, there's a cutscene when I get up to the top. You're gonna interrupt a cutscene? I didn't think so. This cutscene is better to do, like, during the day, because you get to see... Oh, I think he's attacking me. That's what the world is shaking. Yeah, I got killed in the cutscene. That's great. Touché, dude. Touché. I said you wouldn't interrupt a cutscene, and I was wrong. You did, and you won. No cutscene can save me. The scene cuts me. I don't think the game knows what to do with this. I think it thinks I'm still playing the cutscene, but I'm dead. So it's like... just is like in La La Land. Hey, you know, how about this is a save from 10 minutes ago, but I never died. Yep, never happened. It probably caused things to bug out, yeah. Should this be reported? Yeah, if I wasn't busy. As a result of that death, Yoda gets another peanut. So this is right when I bought the rice. So I'll do this quickly. I'll just buy the rice bag. And so in this case, the chrysanthemum is really good for making medicines out of. Oh, she actually has she has totally different offerings too. She's not selling soybean bags. So this is RNG in action here. But I still bought the rice. That was more important. Once you have a tailor, if you harvest any wild crop, you can turn it into into seed bags. But it does require fur. So that's why I was saying fur is important, because later on, once you have the tailor, anything can be anything that you find enough of, you can grow. If you find like roughly 10 of it, you can grow it. But it does require the prerequisite of being able to make it into seed bags, which is through the tailor and fur only. Well, I was not expecting to be murdered in that way exactly. That certainly took me by surprise. But I did find it relatively hilarious. I'll skip this next cutscene with the lady who wants to drug me in the forest. And then go up to the Watchtower again. Unless you want me to eat poisonous mushrooms. These are poisonous. Oh, no, this isn't the lady. You're the jerk who's going to tell me to piss off, so I'm not talking to you. You like how he had empty threats? He threatened me that if I ever came back around, he would, like, end me or whatever. And I'm like, hi! Hollow threat, wasn't it? My copper yari is almost broken, too. Not a real good time to start a fight with a broken weapon. And, like, no arrows, apparently. That was a bit news to me. When I went to go shoot him, and it's like, ah, you have 5 simple arrows. So, oops. Bit of a miscalculation, that. Well, this time, I will have the foresight of not messing with deserters that I have no business messing with. But this is, I guess, an important demonstration of the further south you go, there's this threat level. So the threat level of the mountain region is low, of the Injuro Rebels region is low, but the threat level of the Central Plains is moderate. As the further south you go in this region, the more difficult the enemies get, and deserters are hardly the strongest, which prevents you from just like bum rushing the tech tree down to the most valuable territory that gives the most unlocks. You'll need to progress through your weapon and armor upgrades to be able to survive it. With that said, you can cheese it pretty easily. Like, I could just stand on something impassable to them and just shoot them with arrows, and they wouldn't really be able to get me. But it's not how I'm playing. Alright, here we go. The cutscene again. Unfortunately, it's still nighttime, so you don't get the pretty vistas that you would get during the day. But this shows you the lay of the land, and where the villages are, and where the abbot lives. So that there is Seji, one of the villages. And this is probably Aradia, I think. and the southern coasts with some of the temples. And this is like, or the northern coast rather, that's the Injiro rebel camp. And now we're getting up to where we shipwrecked. This is the Sosoji burned out village. And then sweeping east-southeastward towards the temple. And this is the slave miner camp. We've got the abbot's residence mansion. And then sweeping back kind of towards we are. And this time I survived the cutscene. It's nice, right? I'm alive! Unless, of course, I decide to jump. Jump, 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 jump. So, ask the abbot for permission to settle a new village, or go to Aratani, Iwasaki. So Aratani is the farming village, Iwasaki is the mining slave town, and Seiji is the forest village. And, but that was not exactly what you guys voted on. I think what I'm going to do is the last thing is to head back towards... So let's cancel this quest. I'm not doing it at the moment. Grab a little tin and head back towards Yadatsu, our own town. I think we're surrounded by wolves. Yep, those are wolves. Aru to you too. Are you chasing me? Maybe? So at the end of this stream, I'm going to enter the Bronze Age. How's that sound? Now, manually mining your own tin and copper is not really, in my opinion, having your village enter the Bronze Age. That's just like you yourself entering the Bronze Age. For me to enter the Bronze Age formally, I would need to rebuild the Injiro Watchtower, and then I would be able to harvest tin and copper with my villagers and make use of bronze tools, which is so significantly better than the stone tools I'm currently sporting, as you would imagine. We're also pretty close to Seiji, which is 500 meters this way. I mean, I guess not that close. Different regions will have different different sort of biomes. One of the prettiest actually is some of the riverbank and central plains. The regions with like premium trees tend to be pretty, in my opinion. But I don't know, if you want to live in a field of Ulalea grass, it's pretty here too. Game is a pretty game. And perhaps after I end my, technically end my stream, I'll show you one of the villages I built on another save. It will, of course, include spoilers, but that's just for you Twitch viewers. Sorry, YouTube, but that's not going to be making it into the YouTube cut. Alright, we're finally making it back to our home region, where I will turn my tin and copper into bronze. Hey look, they're actually working. So, adding copper, tin, and firewood automatically to the smelter. I think I only had 14 tin, so we added as much as we could. And it just processes slowly, but processes into bronze. Now, if I had an income of tin and copper and firewood, I could automate this process. And what's fun about this is you can have a smelter working to make daily bronze, and you can also use the smelter in this way to essentially double your smelter income. With that said, you can always just build another smelter. You're not really necessarily restricted to one smelter. If you wanted more smelters, there's really nothing stopping you from setting up another smelter, right? Like, I could build another one here if I wanted to. But unlike a lot of the other work places, this happens gradually, sort of like the way the well works, gradually gathering water. So the 9 buckets I dropped yields 450 water, which I just pulled from the well. And then I'm going to dump into the storage here. So now, if we check our Dynasty storages, beverages is at over 2K, because I just manually grabbed an enormous amount of water and stuck it in our storage. So some things like beverages is easy to do a little bit manually. You just make a few buckets and drop them into the well and pick them up sometime later. But yep, automating it is nice. What tool did we almost burn through? I think our yari? Well, we're about to get bronze, so maybe I don't even want to make a copper yari. I'll just make a bronze yari once we're there. Taking too long. So, if you're wondering about taking too long, there's a solution. Find a bed, sleep. And let's wake up in 5 hours. The game allows you to just, like, pass time as much as you want. If you want to just, like, go to sleep and wake up in winter, like, there's nothing stopping you. You can pass time very quickly. So here is... Oh, this did not progress, though. Let's see. While we wait for that, I'm going to make wood storage. So wood storage is the kind of thing that makes the most sense to put next to your woodcutter. And it will open up global access to wood stores, which is nice. Or at least for this village. It'll be a little weird that it's on a hill like this, but whatever. So another way to make a plank, go up to one of the crafting stations and just, hey, make plank out of deciduous or conifer, whatever I have. It's actually a blueprint I hadn't even done this way. I've been using my ads, so like, you know, it's worth doing it the carpentry way at least once for the experience. Not a very complex building. It just keeps your timber dry. Barely. And now we have the Dynasty wood access. What would make the most sense is if I took stuff out of the general storage that was wood-based. So, like, we can filter by storage type. Take the wood out and deposit it in the proper wood store that we then have access to. Boom. I don't think anything else in here is wood. Wood typed. Same deal is because we have food storage, all the food items should be pulled out of here as well. Like the meat, the eggs, and the fat, the yarrow, etc. And put into food storage. One of the benefits of using the dedicated storages is, and I haven't tested this for myself, but hypothetically, spoilage is slower in the dedicated storages. So like if you put ice in ice storage, it will last longer than if you put ice in general storage, because the ice storage is designed for it. So the food fresh times are supposed to be longer in the food storage. Again, I haven't personally tested this, but I believe that is the way it's at least intended to work. All right, let's check up on the bronze, because that will be the final thing we do. Here we go. Got my first bronze. And with this first bronze, 1 bronze is kind of not a lot, so I don't know if I need 3 to make a yari. But let's call it a personal win, because we're technically in the Bronze Age. I'm not sure if there's literally anything to do with 1 bronze. you're sort of assume that you get more than 1. So that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave off for the stream, at least for YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to Sengoku Dynasty, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 15th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Dynasty warriors.